Hey, it's Mark, RPM Tesla, and if you're installing or considering purchasing our new Model 3 real open-pore wood overlay for your Model Y or Model 3, we're going to show you how to install it right now. We just finished our video regarding clearance issues, so you shouldn't have any clearance issues. Hopefully you've watched that. And again, what we want everyone to know that our Generation 3 version, we made it a little bit wider so it fits underneath the plastic aluminum rails. So everything's going to fit right underneath. It's going to tuck in just like this. So make sure you have room. Sometimes they're assembled really tight, but we're going to be putting it right underneath. The first thing you want to do is take your cup holders out. If you have a cup holder in your Model 3 or Model Y, and remove that. We're going to show you how our awesome TPR cup holder works when we put it back in. Take your beautiful RPM trays out, our fully flocked trays. Oh, look inside. That's our secret hidden tray people don't know about. This looks like a shelf in here, but actually, once you unlock it and you push this down, you'll have a secret storage tray. We've got lots of these in stock, and they're a great seller. So anyway, it locks, it hides, you unlock it, you press it open, and you have extra hidden storage in the bottom of your center console. Okay, sorry about that. Didn't mean to spend too much time plugging it. So let's take a look at the new overlay. This is our Generation 3, where we have completely covered the back with 3M double-sided tape. So let's start off with what's in the box. Open the box up, and you're going to notice after you cut it open very gently that we've included some alcohol preps, our primer, our UL94 primer, and inside are two pieces, and they are back to back, and this is our real open-pore wood veneer. And these are going to fit like you won't believe. So let's prep the surface first, clean it, prep it, and we'll put the adhesive promoter on after we clean it with alcohol. So the first thing you want to do is make sure there's no oil, no dirt, no cleaning solutions, no Armor All, nothing on here. You have to go all the way around the perimeter, under the edges, all the way around the handle. Just really clean it good. If you don't clean it good, it's not going to stick. And you're going to call us up asking for an extra piece, which of course we will help you with. But you want to make sure that, put all this together good. You want to make sure you have all the oil and the dirt off of here. Now we're going to use our final prep, which is our alcohol pad. We should give you one or two of these. Just go around one more time and clean it really good. Go underneath. See how I'm going under. This will get loose dirt out, anything that may impair the bonding. Clean it good, and that will get all the rest of the oil or the dirt off, just in case you didn't clean it yourself really well. Now, this is primer or adhesive promoter. This is gonna make, anything stick really well to the gray painted plastic. And again, if you're leasing your car, don't worry, all of this product comes off very easily. Tesla is, in 2023, being a lot more strict with their rentals, or their returns, wanting them exactly stock, or they charge you for everything. So let me bite this, get this thing open. Okay, this is gonna dry out pretty quick. Open it up. And this is basically, smells really bad, but it just helps to promote the adherence of double-sided tape. So go all the way around like this, under the edge. Okay, now to do the full installation, you're going to need to have some rubbing alcohol, and we're going to explain why in a second. And we prefer to do this installation, that's called a wet installation. So we don't want to do it dry, because you don't want to put this down and have it stick. You want to be able to adjust it. So with a wet installation, you're able to make adjustments. So let me peel off this piece, and we'll show you how to do it. I think we will start with a cup holder. Now, before you remove the backing liner tape, test fit it. Once you take this off, it's not returnable, it's not resellable, obviously. But watch how this fits. You want to take this piece and put it right underneath the side, like this. Take this piece and tuck it under this side. And it is wood, it can break, so just be careful with it. And you put it down and it's going right underneath. So this is the exact final position. So we're gonna need a nice close-up looking straight downward at it. And as you can see, the new Gen 3 fits right around the top edge. It doesn't wrap over, it doesn't get in here. You can still use the cup holder on it. So this is our Generation 3. We laser cut these. They fit absolutely perfect. Take some nice close-ups. Again, it's not held down yet, but you see the two peninsulas here, how you can get the wood right up to the edge. Our old version wrapped around, and it used to get a little chipped up, and it was too easy, too much repair and tear problems. So we decided to take the whole contoured curve look out, and now we're just making it flat. And it's a lot more easier to make, a lot less expensive to manufacture, and a lot less expensive for our great customers. So anyway, test fit that one. Same thing with the round one. Again, the double-sided tape liner is still installed, so there's nothing to worry about. You just take it down here, you push this corner in, you test it like this, maybe make it into a little U shape, curve it around, slide it down, and then it should go forward really easy in here. And then see the handle, put it right over the handle. Okay, so that's how it's gonna fit. It's gonna look just like this, except it's gonna be stuck down. So you can see there's no issues. It's not held down yet, but it's not scratching because we watched our video and we fixed that. But doesn't that look perfect? Now, I'm gonna go grab a dashboard. I'll be right back. Okay, I got a few dashboards. Now, these are the dashboards that we rebuild and we remove, and we build them in the carbon fiber, Alcantara, and a lot of other things. So we want to show you how good the wood matches. So there are variations from Tesla's supplier on wood shades, wood colors. So even in these few samples here, in HD, you should be able to see a little bit, a variety of wood. So what we do at RPM Tesla is we try to make it right in the middle. So you'll notice these on top of those. And again, this is the same Open-Pore wood that Tesla uses. It's a real thin layer. Also, take a look at this. We have a 2018 in here that we're doing a full stealth paint protection film on. And we noticed that this car has the original 2018 5-year-old wood overlay, and you can see the wood veneer is peeling. So we're going to remove this and put the carbon fiber dashboard in here for our customer. But we wanted you to see that even Tesla's overlay, when parked in the sun for years, this car is just completely coming loose. So it's a real thin overlay. The veneer is 0.5 millimeters. All right, so now we're going to proceed with the installation. It matches unbelievable, even the grain, the direction of the grain. So many people sell them going the wrong ways, maple, wrong color. We don't know why anybody would buy that. But anyway, this is our Open-Pore version. So I'm gonna take this and remove this piece. Just get it loose, lift it up, slide it forward, slide it out. So then we will be installing this in a minute. And again, it's very flexible, it's bendable, and it's 0.5 millimeters thin of real Open-Pore wood veneer. And now the back. Okay, so let's do the back first because that's the easiest. Okay, now we're going to install it, and we're going to use a little bit of slip solution. Slip solution is a little bit of baby shampoo and water. So we're going to give you this little tiny bit of 2.5 milliliters of Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo that we need you to mix with 32 ounces of water, and that'll give you a nice soap solution. This is gonna let us move this around and fine tune it. If you take a look down here, you can see what I mean. We can't just stick it down. You need to be able to position it exactly where we want it so that it fits perfectly around the cup holes, and perfectly around all these edges. And you wanna be able to put it like just like this, and then we're gonna let it dry out. Same thing with the sliding tray. You want to be able to get it underneath and move it around. Like, look at how much this moves around underneath. See this play here? We want our customers to get a perfect fitment. We don't want to just sell you a piece of junk. This is not made in China. This is not something that someone just came up with. We created this item many years ago, and there's been a lot of competition, which is good for everybody, but we believe we make it the best, and it's out of real open-pore wood. And of course, it matches like nothing else. So let's lift this one out of here and let's start. Okay, we're gonna do the cup holder first. And what we wanna do is make sure your solution, after you pour it in the bottle and mix it up, make sure you're getting soap out of it. You know, you have to shake it up a little bit. Should get some suds there. Wipe your hands off. And we're just gonna put a little mist on the back of it so we can move it around a little bit while it dries out. All right, so let's start right now, and you want to lift up on one little corner so the white 3M lining paper comes off. So just peel it back like this and hold it down. And again, this entire backside is completely covered in 3M VHB double-sided tape. I mean, it's super strong, super lightweight, and very thin. So we can't just put it right down on here. We'll never get it perfect, especially with our complete coverage where we're going under the rails. So again, take something and just make sure there's nothing blocking it. You could slide a credit card under here, anything. Just make sure that there's no clearance issues. So once we put it down, we can move it around. Then we're gonna use maybe a little heat gun to get it dry. So let's get started. Okay, our soap solution's good. So we wanna spray a little bit on here. A lot of people don't wanna spray, obviously, a lot of water in their car. You have electrical switches, just be a little cautious. Drape a towel over it so you don't get too much water anywhere. And again, we're gonna go on here and just get it nice and wet and a little bit in the car. Now, watch, it's very easy. Just slide it in here, make sure it's lubed up, and slide it underneath, and then lift it up and curl it on this side and put it underneath. So now we are in the landing spot, and see how this moves around? I can move it a little bit, a millimeter here, millimeter there, and I like the location. So once you're happy with the location and you don't see any of the gray painted areas, just start drying. So use a microfiber towel and dry it out, and make sure it doesn't move around. Like, look over here, the macro lens. Just make sure you're perfect, you're right on the side, and there's no issues. And now we're gonna use a little heat gun and we're gonna dry this out. So we'll probably speed this up here. But the heat gun or hair dryer is just gonna help dry everything out underneath. You still can move around a little bit. Make sure you got a perfect installation and you're real happy with it. And we're gonna let this dry. Of course, we got a little bit of water underneath, but it's all gonna dry out very nicely. And you wanna make sure you're right up to this edge here. So if you're like a little shy like I am, just hold a little bit before it dries all the way. Make sure it's nice and flush, because you want a nice fitment between the two pieces. There we go. And it's drying out nicely. All right. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the next one, which is we call the sliding tray. And again, same thing, we're gonna peel off the backing, spray it with a little bit of our soap solution, put it right down in place. And again, this is something you might wanna practice, is you gotta curl it a little bit. If we curl it like this, it fits underneath this side and goes right under this side. And then we're gonna make sure it's positioned perfect around the handle. So again, even though we have adhesive promoter spread out, it's still there underneath, and it'll be there to help the bond. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this all the way off. And don't worry if you get your fingers in it or anything. It's not gonna hurt anything because it's such a small, random, isolated location like this. Okay, so now we're going to hit it with the soap solution and a little on here. And then we're gonna just plop it down, curl it, keep it curled in your hand, slide it underneath, just like this. So slide it down in the back first, like this. Curl this, slide this down, and it goes right underneath inside. And then slide it under so the handle fits. And if it gets a little tacky on you, just come back and use a little bit more soap. You know, sometimes you've got to spread it around a little bit because this isn't sticky when it's wet. So now, underneath, like this, and then down in the back, and then under, like that. So now I'm positioned right over the handle, and you can see I can move it back and forth. Just want to get a real nice joint here so the gap isn't big. And if you get it in the right spot, you could still go back and forth and move it. So just get it perfectly like centered like this, get it flush on this edge, and then the way we laser cut the handle out, it fits perfect. All right, now we're gonna dry it on top, putting pressure on it. So one more thing about 3M very high bonding or VHB tape. Pressure activation activates pressure sensitive adhesive tape. So we want to put pressure on it. Pressure is pushing a little bit of the water and the soap around, and it's also giving us this real nice, it's starting to dry out. We're going to use a little bit more heat and get in the crack here, help really dry the soap out. And this will be right in our showroom. People come in all the time and they just love it. They love the real open-pore wood look. Many people like carbon fiber, of course, but some people love this open-pore look. We have steering wheels to match it. We have switch covers for your steering wheel, all the door handles, switches, everything to increase that open-pore wood look in your car. Okay, so now what we suggest to do now is to let it dry out, come back in a little while. We're going to just leave it like this, let it sit here for a couple hours. We're going to come back and show you how well it's holding. You should have no issues, and the water will dry out just like that. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll be back with our conclusion in about 1 hour. So it's almost 3 o'clock. Okay, everything is done. It's all dried out. It's been almost 2 hours later. We want to show off some of our switch covers, steering wheel pieces. Everything's matching the open-pore wood. We even sell a great dashboard instrument cluster, and this is a printed version that matches good. So this goes on the doors. Anyway, put everything back in, the trays are back in, everything slides good, no issues. When you come back, just push down, make sure nothing's rubbing, especially here. You want to activate that pressure sensitive adhesive, and then take a nice look straight over the top here. You should have a little gray line all the way around both cup holders, so there's no wear and tear issue. Cups in and out. You don't want them dragging. Again, that's another reason why this Generation 3 version doesn't have the overlays around these rolled or these angled edges. Thanks again for watching. It's RPM Test Lab Market Accessories. Hope you love your new open-pore wood, and they're in stock. We have over 100 ready to ship same day. Thank you, thank you. and we appreciate your business.